Hello everyone. Let's start the first chapter, Introduction to Cryptography. We are going to cover introduction as well as computer security concepts. Introduction. As we all know that computer is an information storage device that provides for vital data processing. Computer is a think tank, information stores for all day-to-day business activities, communication event, and an integral part of every corporate office, bank, schools, college, and stock and share markets, hospital, and government's department. Also, these computers are interconnected to form a computer communication network in order to share, send, and receive valuable data information on day-to-day transaction of various organizations. Therefore, there is a great need of protecting number of files of data and other useful information that is stored on computer hard disk. In case valuable stored content on a computer system not be stolen, leakaged, or tapped by an unauthorized person. So any data corruption, data loss, breakdowns on computer server failures by physical attacks, virus threats, unauthorized access affecting information privacy, etc. greatly affects and damage the routine daily transaction and disturb the daily schedules of the people and professionals who are all highly depending on a computer communication network. Therefore, we need a network security, internet security, and computer security. This is essential to protect the valuable data and information which during the transmission against intruders, hackers, and all other who compromise computer security and vulnerability to security leakage. So let's explore this chapter and let us know what is the network security and principles of security and management and network management, security attacks, and qualities of a good computer network in the next slide. First, why we need this network security? Network security is needed to preserve the integrity, availability, and confidentiality of information system resource or in a computer. What it means, like every time we are going to preserve the data, whatever we are having, the confidentiality things, we are going to preserve. So for this preserving, we need a network security, where term integrity suggests two related concepts: data integrity and system integrity. As we are seeing in this slide, we have data integrity and system integrity. First, we look at the data integrity. What is this data integrity? Data integrity specifies that information and programs stored in computer system must be modified and or changed only in an authorized and specified manner. Where it says like data integrity, the only person who is authorized, I'm the handovering, means I'm handling this laptop or my system, then I'm only authorized. Or if only particular person is handling, a particular group of persons handling the system, then these persons only authorized to change or modify the content whichever preserved in the system. So data integrity also refers to the safety of data in regard to regulatory compliances such as GDPR compliance and security. It maintained by a collection of process, rules, and standards implemented during the designing phase. And where GDPR stands for General Data Protection Regulation. System integrity. System integrity specifies that a computer system must perform its intended functions in an unimpaired manner, which is free from unauthorized manipulation from deliberate users. Authentication, verifying the user identity, where in system integrity it says computer system must perform its intended function in an unimpaired manner, free from unauthorized application on the deliberate users. So, from this term, availability suggests that computer system work promptly and service are not denied and not ignored to authorized users. It ensures timely and reliable access to and use of information stored in computer system. So we saw that availability means the computer is going to work properly to the person who is authorized to use. It should not deny for the person who's authorized to use it. And next one is confidentiality. Confidentiality has a two related concepts like privacy and data confidentiality. First, this privacy. Privacy means it specifies the information must be accessible and disclosed to only those people consent and authenticated to use it. Privacy is nothing but very well known like word to everyone. Private or a very confidential thing. Uh, Only disclosed to only those people who consent to authenticate it. It's only disclosed to the people who are authenticated to use it. And second one is data confidentiality. This specifies that the private or confidential information must not be made available or disclosed to unauthorized people. It's nothing but same. Like privacy and confidentiality is nothing but same, but the private or confidential information must not be available or disclosed to the unauthorized people. I think two also make the same sense because it's a confidential. So the two also speaks about the confidential matters on the privacy part of the documents and the information. So in all, confidentiality has to preserve the authorized restriction on information access and disclosure, including protecting personal privacy and proprietary information. Just to conclude this, we have a requirement triangle where we call it a CIA triangle. It's illustrating as shown in the figure below. Like we can see in the diagram, below diagram, first we have a confidentiality, next one is integrity, and another one is availability. In the center, data and information services will be there, where it says like the confidential thing or important information is protected by three walls, which is confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Before going to the next concept, I want to just give some in-depth information about this three walls. As more and more computers and computer network are getting interconnected, more and more internet websites are being developed and browsed by various users. The hackers and terrorists to have increased their activities, introducing a new computer viruses. They are just inventing new kinds of computer viruses into the computer communication network to perform the denial of service act on the network. What is denial of computer denial of services? We are going to read out in the next concepts. What is denial service? Then, so the computer, it's like security and network security is under threat and vulnerable to unauthenticated access and attacks on valuable information stored on our computers. So what it's like, it's also observed that internet, smartphones and cell phones, e-books, notebooks and tablet PCs are like all products are telecommunication or technologies and computer networks. In the modern society, the civilization is highly dependent on the electronic gadgets and the internet connectivity. So we are strongly encouraging to install antivirus packages. Like every time when we are taking some a laptop or some system PCs, what we do, the wherever the showroom you are taking, it's like they will give you offer of antivirus packaging. So what it will happen is it will give you a firewall security system to means firewall security system to your internet and intranet infrastructure at your system or else your PCs in order to minimize the major network security breakdowns or failures you're getting in a network. So nowadays it's becoming impossible to conduct business activities in many organizations without computer network and internet. Since vital communication with customers, vendors, suppliers, employees, managers, project leaders, and also with companies and agencies takes them primarily through computer networks only. We had one time, it's like everything worked on internet on the lockdown times because completely zero connections, and they are like more encouraging on a computer network. And one who is working for international companies, everything should be done on a computer networks only, internet, intranet only. So now we can jump into the concept of computer security concepts. Like they can ask me the question like write three key objectives of computer security. So this question is also important. So information system resource are computer hardware, software, firmware, and data information and telecommunication. Then what is information system? It says it was the information system. The term computer security can be defined as the protection extended to an automated information system in order to attain the applicable objectives of preserving the integrity, the availability, and confidentiality of information system resource. In this, the definition of computer security reveals the importance of the computer security through three keywords. Right? The definition itself says the three keywords which are very necessary in the security of internet. It's like confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Apart from this, more two things we are like into the consideration: authenticity and accountability. When we are going to explain, I'll just explain that also. Let's take one by one. Like these three key objectives are from we saw that in the last slide only, CIA track. Like we saw that three, whatever the three was I told, is confidentiality, integrity, availability. It's also from the CIA track. It's like the major fundamental things for the security objects and the information and computing services. So we shall define, explain one. I'll just explain one by one what it means.